In today's fast-paced world, one of the most profound challenges we face is learning to control negative emotions and master our minds. Have you ever wondered why anger, jealousy, or resentment seem to take hold of us so easily? Why do these feelings arise out of nowhere, taking away our peace and happiness? Understanding how to manage these emotions is not just important, it's the key to living a life filled with true joy and balance. To achieve this, we turn to the teachings of the Supreme Buddha, who offered us a gentle, step-by-step approach to transform our minds and manage our emotions effectively. Understanding the nature of the mind. The human mind has an intrinsic tendency to dwell on negative emotions. These emotions, anger, jealousy, desire, and resentment, often arise spontaneously. If left unchecked, they can dominate our thoughts and dictate our actions, leading to unnecessary suffering. Why does this happen? Because our minds, by their very nature, tend to cling to negativity. It's as if we're addicted to replaying the drama in our heads, over and over again. But what if we could change this habit? What if we could break free from the cycle of negativity and cultivate a sense of peace that isn't disturbed by every little thing that happens? Buddhist philosophy offers us hope. It teaches us that the mind is dynamic and changeable, like clay that can be molded. Instead of being slaves to our thoughts, we can train our minds through awareness and mindfulness, directing our mental energy towards positivity and constructive channels. The teachings of the Buddha are like a map, showing us a path to cultivate inner peace and transform our suffering into wisdom. Mastering awareness, the foundation for controlling emotions. Awareness is where it all begins. This is the foundation. Without awareness, we are like leaves being blown about by the wind, tossed here and there by every fleeting thought and emotion. But with awareness, we gain the power to see clearly. Awareness, or mindfulness, is about being fully present in each moment, observing our thoughts without judging them. This is easier said than done, of course, but think of awareness as the light that illuminates a dark room. The light itself doesn't change the room, but it allows you to see everything clearly, to understand what's there. Similarly, when we bring awareness to our thoughts, we begin to see the subtle workings of our minds. We begin to understand the triggers of our negative emotions, and with this understanding comes the first step towards change. The steps to control negative emotions. The Supreme Buddha provided practical steps to help us navigate and gain control over our negative emotions. Each step is like a tool, helping us gradually master our minds and find our way to peace. Step 1. Shift your thoughts to wholesome ones. The first step in managing negative emotions is deceptively simple. Consciously replace negative thoughts with wholesome, positive ones. It's true, the mind cannot dwell on two opposing thoughts simultaneously. Anger and compassion simply cannot coexist. So when you notice a negative thought, perhaps jealousy or anger, make a conscious effort to shift your focus to a thought that brings peace or joy. Recall a time when you helped someone or experienced love and kindness. These thoughts can bring happiness and calm, overpowering negativity. Each time you replace a negative thought with a positive one, it's like adding a drop of clean water into a murky river. Over time, the entire river becomes clear. This practice may sound simple, but its impact is profound. Imagine if each of us took responsibility for the cleanliness of our own mental rivers, what a different world we'd live in. It may help to ask yourself, what kind of energy do I want to contribute to my own life and to the lives of those around me? When we consciously choose wholesome thoughts, we are actively choosing to bring positivity into the world. It's a small but incredibly powerful way to make a difference, to not only change our lives but also influence others around us. Step 2. Reflect on the disadvantages of negative thoughts. If simply shifting thoughts doesn't work, reflect on the harm that negative emotions cause. Negative emotions bring suffering, not just to you but to those around you. Think about how anger has led to hurtful words or actions in the past, damaging relationships and causing pain. Is it really worth holding on to that anger? By deeply reflecting on the harm caused by negative emotions, you create a natural motivation to let them go. You start to see them as burdens, not as something worth keeping. Take a moment to think, have you ever noticed how, when you hold on to anger, it actually feels like a heavy burden? When we reflect on the harm that comes from holding on to these emotions, we begin to realize that the only person truly suffering is ourselves. Is it worth sacrificing our peace of mind just to hold on to a fleeting moment of anger or jealousy? Sometimes, this reflection goes even deeper. It may involve realizing how negative thoughts contribute to an ongoing cycle of suffering that affects not just ourselves but also the people we care about. Imagine the ripple effect of letting go of just one negative thought. You create space for positivity, and this positivity can uplift others around you, transforming the energy of a room, a family, or even a community. Step 3. Pay no attention to negative thoughts. Negative thoughts often grow stronger when we give them too much attention, like feeding a fire. Instead, what if you just let them be? Imagine your negative thoughts as clouds passing through the sky of your mind. They are temporary, they will eventually pass. If you don't engage with them, they lose their power. This practice requires patience, but with time, you can train your mind to let go more easily. Think about this for a moment. Not every thought that crosses your mind deserves your attention. Some thoughts are like unwelcome guests, they show up uninvited, and the best thing you can do is not to offer them a seat at your table. Instead, let them pass. You might even silently tell yourself, I see you, but I don't need you. It can be helpful to visualize this process. Picture yourself sitting by a river, and each thought is like a leaf floating on the water. Watch the leaf float by without reaching out to grab it. Over time, this simple visualization can help train your mind to remain unattached to passing negative thoughts. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes to let go of thoughts that do not serve you. Step 4. Relax your thought process. Sometimes, when negative emotions make the mind feel tense and agitated, the best approach is to simply relax. Direct your attention to calming and peaceful thoughts, such as those of loving kindness or gratitude. Practicing loving kindness meditation, where you generate feelings of love for yourself and others, can soften the mind and help it let go of negativity. Imagine your mind as a turbulent ocean. When you relax, the waves settle, and the ocean becomes calm again. In this state of calm, it's easier to make choices aligned with your well-being. Have you ever noticed how difficult it is to think clearly when you are feeling overwhelmed? This is why relaxation is so crucial. When we relax, we create space to breathe, to think, and to act in ways that are in line with our highest values. Taking a few deep breaths or even taking a walk in nature can help reset your mental state, giving you the ability to respond rather than react to your emotions. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a glass of muddy water. When the water is stirred up, it's impossible to see through it. But if you leave it alone for a while, the mud settles, and the water becomes clear. Relaxing your thought process is like allowing the mud to settle so you can see clearly again. With a relaxed mind, it's easier to make wise decisions and choose peace. Step 5. Crush the thought with awareness, advanced step. This step is for those who have cultivated strong mindfulness. If all else fails, you can crush the negative thought with intense awareness, making a firm determination to stop entertaining it. This is like taking a firm stand, almost as if commanding your mind to stop. But be cautious, this requires skill and discipline, like wielding a sword. Without proper awareness, forcing the mind too much can lead to internal conflict, which is why this is an advanced practice. It is important to remember that this step should not be undertaken with a sense of harshness or self-criticism. Instead, it is a firm but compassionate stance, like a parent who lovingly but resolutely stops a child from doing something dangerous. When practiced correctly, this advanced technique can be very powerful. It allows you to cut through the noise of the mind and return to a state of clarity and peace. Consider the analogy of a gardener cutting away a vine that is strangling a tree. The gardener does not act out of anger or frustration but out of a desire to protect the tree. In the same way, crushing a negative thought is an act of protection for your peace of mind. It is a statement of self-love and a recognition that your well-being matters. Practice, patience, and persistence. The journey to mastering our emotions is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It takes practice, patience, and persistence. Think of your mind as a garden. If you nurture it with wholesome thoughts, it will flourish. If you neglect it, the weeds of negativity will grow. Each time you practice these steps, you are nurturing your garden. Over time, you'll find that negative emotions lose their grip, and you experience more peace and joy. Remember, the mind is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. Every time you successfully redirect a negative thought or choose not to engage with it, you are strengthening your mental resilience. And isn't that what we all want? To feel strong in the face of life's challenges, to know that we can choose peace even when the world around us seems chaotic? It's important to also have compassion for yourself throughout this journey. There will be times when you slip up, when negative thoughts seem overwhelming, or when you react in a way that you wish you hadn't. This is okay. Every single person on this path has moments like these. What matters most is that you keep trying, keep practicing, and keep moving forward. Each moment of awareness, each time you choose to respond differently, is a victory worth celebrating. Cultivating a mind free from negativity. Ultimately, the goal is to cultivate a mind free from negativity. Imagine a life where anger, jealousy, and resentment no longer control your actions, where your mind is a sanctuary of peace and clarity. This isn't just a dream, it's possible through consistent practice and dedication to these teachings. With time, you'll find that your mind becomes more resilient, your emotions more balanced, and your overall sense of well-being significantly enhanced. Imagine waking up each morning with a sense of calm and purpose, knowing that whatever challenges arise, you have the tools to face them with grace. Picture yourself navigating through difficult situations without losing your peace, responding to unkindness with compassion, to setbacks with resilience, and to stress with a sense of inner calm. This is not an unattainable ideal, it is the result of diligent practice and a commitment to mastering the mind. The teachings of the Supreme Buddha offer us a timeless guide to inner transformation. Each step you take on this journey is a step towards freedom, freedom from the chains of negative emotions and a journey towards a life filled with peace, joy, and fulfillment. Imagine the ripple effect this could have. As you find peace within yourself, you also bring more peace into the world. What could be more meaningful than that? The path may not always be easy, but the rewards are beyond measure. By dedicating yourself to mastering your mind, you are not only transforming your own life but also contributing to a more compassionate world. So why not take the first step today? Why not choose peace, right here and now? Expanding the path, a deeper dive into daily practices. To truly transform your mind and control negative emotions, it is essential to incorporate these practices into your daily life. Mastering emotions isn't about making a one-time decision, it's about committing to a lifestyle that nurtures peace and awareness. Let's explore how you can integrate these steps into your day-to-day routine to cultivate a mind free from negativity. Morning routine, setting the tone for the day. How you begin your day often sets the tone for everything that follows. Start each morning with a few minutes of mindful breathing. Take slow, deep breaths, and allow your mind to settle into the present moment. This simple practice helps create a foundation of calm that can carry you through the rest of your day. Consider adding a loving-kindness meditation to your morning routine. Spend just 5 minutes generating feelings of compassion for yourself and others. You might silently repeat phrases like, "May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful." By cultivating these feelings of kindness and compassion at the start of your day, you're setting yourself up to respond to challenges with greater equanimity and care. Think of your morning routine as the time when you plant seeds of positivity in your mind. These seeds will grow throughout the day, helping you navigate challenges with greater ease and resilience. Even 5 or 10 minutes of mindfulness practice in the morning can make a significant difference in how you experience the day ahead. Bringing mindfulness to everyday activities. Mindfulness isn't limited to meditation, it's a way of living that can be infused into every aspect of your day. Consider the simple act of eating a meal. How often do we eat while distracted, scrolling through our phones or lost in thought? Instead, try eating mindfully. Notice the colors, textures, and flavors of your food. Chew slowly and appreciate each bite. Not only does this practice help you enjoy your meal more, but it also strengthens your ability to remain present in other areas of your life. Similarly, bring mindfulness to mundane activities like washing the dishes, brushing your teeth, or folding laundry. When you fully engage in these simple tasks, you are training your mind to stay present, and this skill becomes invaluable when dealing with difficult emotions. The more you practice mindfulness in small, everyday moments, the easier it becomes to remain mindful when faced with a challenging situation. Mindfulness in conversations, cultivating compassionate communication. Conversations, especially difficult ones, can trigger negative emotions like frustration or impatience. Bringing mindfulness into your interactions with others can help prevent these emotions from spiraling out of control. When speaking with someone, truly listen. Instead of planning your response while the other person is talking, give them your full attention. Notice the tone of their voice, their body language, and the words they use. When you listen mindfully, you create space for understanding and empathy. If you feel negative emotions arising during a conversation, take a deep breath and ground yourself in the present moment. You can even silently repeat a phrase like, "I choose to respond with kindness." This small pause can make a world of difference, allowing you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Remember, every interaction is an opportunity to practice compassion, towards both yourself and others. The power of evening reflection. The end of the day is a powerful time for reflection. Take a few minutes each night to reflect on your day. Were there moments when negative emotions took over? What were the triggers, and how did you respond? Did you manage to shift your thoughts, or pay no attention to negativity? This reflection isn't about judging yourself, it's about understanding your patterns and finding opportunities for growth. You might also use this time to practice gratitude. Reflect on 3 things that went well during your day or 3 things you're grateful for. This simple exercise helps train the mind to focus on the positive aspects of life, rather than dwelling on the negative. Over time, cultivating gratitude can significantly shift your mindset, making it easier to manage negative emotions when they arise. Embracing setbacks as part of the journey. It's important to remember that setbacks are a natural part of the journey. There will be times when you struggle to control negative emotions, times when you feel overwhelmed or discouraged. In these moments, it's crucial to practice self-compassion. Remind yourself that you are human, and that growth is a process that takes time. Each setback is an opportunity to learn and grow, to deepen your practice and strengthen your resilience. Think of the process of mastering your emotions like climbing a mountain. Sometimes the path is steep, and you may stumble or feel tired. But each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to the summit. Celebrate your progress, no matter how incremental it may seem. Each moment of awareness, each conscious choice to let go of negativity, is a victory worth acknowledging. Creating a supportive environment. Your environment plays a significant role in your ability to manage negative emotions. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you, and create a living space that promotes peace and well-being. This might mean decluttering your home, adding elements of nature, or setting aside a quiet space for meditation and reflection. Consider also how the information you consume affects your mind. Limit exposure to negative news or social media content that leaves you feeling drained or anxious. Instead, seek out sources of inspiration, books, podcasts, or videos that uplift you and encourage a positive mindset. Remember, just as the body is nourished by the food we eat, the mind is nourished by the information we consume. Choose wisely. The role of community in emotional mastery. The journey to mastering your emotions is deeply personal, but it doesn't have to be solitary. Connecting with others who are on a similar path can provide encouragement, inspiration, and support. Consider joining a meditation group, attending a mindfulness workshop, or participating in a community that shares your commitment to inner growth. There is immense power in practicing alongside others. When you meditate or engage in mindfulness practices with a group, you benefit from the collective energy and support of the community. You are reminded that you are not alone in your struggles, and you draw strength from the shared commitment of others. This sense of connection can be a powerful motivator, helping you stay consistent in your practice. A journey worth taking. Ultimately, the journey to master your mind and control negative emotions is about much more than just reducing stress or feeling happier. It's about transforming your entire experience of life. It's about choosing to live with intention, to cultivate a mind that is resilient, compassionate, and at peace. It's about recognizing that true freedom comes not from changing external circumstances but from changing the way we relate to our thoughts and emotions. The teachings of the Supreme Buddha provide a clear and practical path to inner freedom. By following these steps, by practicing with patience and persistence, you can learn to master your emotions and create a life filled with peace, joy, and fulfillment. Each step you take is a step towards freedom. Freedom from the chains of negative emotions, freedom to live in alignment with your highest values, freedom to be the best version of yourself. Imagine a world where more and more people choose this path, a world where individuals respond to challenges with wisdom rather than anger, where communities are built on compassion rather than resentment, where each person takes responsibility for the state of their own mind. What a beautiful world that would be. And it all begins with each of us, right here, right now, choosing to take that first step towards peace. So, why not begin today? Why not choose to bring awareness to your thoughts, to shift towards positivity, to let go of what no longer serves you? The journey may be long, but it is filled with beauty, growth, and the promise of a life truly lived. And remember, you are not alone. With every mindful breath, every moment of awareness, you are part of a community of individuals committed to creating a more peaceful and compassionate world. Together, we can make a difference, one thought, one emotion, one step at a time.